Joseph Walters, T. Good, that's Tyler Goodson, is going to Shonn Greene the Big Ten this year.
I hope so. I do like Tyler. I think he's a good back. Incidentally, I saw a guy that played for us last year looking really good for the Tennessee Titans
Yeah,
today.
Mackay Sargent.
Yeah, Mackay did a nice job. He's going to make their team, I do believe. He's a
Wow.
good hard runner. He's hard to find, of course, because he's so short. So he's effective as an inside runner because the defense has a hard time locating him. I like Tyler Goodson. Tyler's a very competitive player and certainly athletic enough to make some big plays for us. My only concern, this was during spring ball. We had a scrimmage, of course, for the fans to attend, and I was there watching too. And that particular day, this is again back during the spring. Can't remember if it was the first or second practice that was open to the public, but I do remember as the day played out, Tyler didn't have a lot of yardage because he simply didn't have a lot of room to run. And the concern I had, going in, of course, I was thinking the depth in our defensive line is not that good. But the way that particular day played out, I thought if I had to pick a winner, O-line versus D-line, I think I'd probably pick D-line because we simply didn't have a lot of places to run. So so now I'm concerned because I'm thinking the D-line appeared to win the battle today, and yet the D-line's not that experienced. So what does that say about our O-line?
Let me play devil's advocate for you, Don. Is that a bit of a I see that as sort of a trendy thing at Iowa, at least, the defense outperforming the offense. And of course, you know how to read between the lines there, but I've been concerned in the past because the defense just overwhelms the offense. Do you think it's part of that, or do you think that there is actually legitimate concerns? I don't know what you saw from Kids Day. I know you were referring to spring, but what did you see from Kids Day? Has that changed for the better?
Well, Kids Day, it looked to me like the O-line was in a little better shape, and of course, we were still missing one of our key starters in the O-line that day too. So it's a long season. We're going to start the season without Kyler Schott, and that's disappointing because he's one of our more solid offensive linemen. But with a little bit of luck, he'll be back, maybe even in game 2, game 3. Don't know, but other teams will have injuries too. For all we know, Indiana's going to be missing one of their starting O-linemen next weekend. We simply don't know. So the message, though, for those backups is that if you're second team, don't relax for a second because your mentality has to be that you're one play away from being in the game. And you better get yourself ready. And what a great example that we saw today. The backup quarterback for Illinois, he obviously was ready to play. He was 12 for 15 for 2 touchdowns, and he didn't look like he was out of place at all. Of course, he'd started some games for Rutgers, but the bottom line is he didn't sit around and mope about being second team. I'm sure during camp he was taking full advantage of his reps too, and when the time came, he wasn't going to let his team down. He certainly performed well for him today.
Art Sitkowski and his numbers at Rutgers, I think he outdid all of his numbers at Rutgers today. And I think there's got to be some credit to Brett Bielema there.